As Bali faces a mental health crisis and high suicide rates, hypnotherapy is considered a possible therapy tool. And Kelingking Beach glass elevator project halted, PHRI, fear of investors getting angry. Well, stay tuned for details on these and other stories. Selamat pagi. Welcome to the latest news from Bali in Indonesia. This is Wednesday, November 12th, 2025, and my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like today? Well, not too bad today. It's 29.1 degrees Celsius at 7:58 in the morning. Humidity is all the way up there, 75%. Wind speed is very mild, 3.4 kilometers per hour. And yesterday, huge winds here. Looked like it was going to rain, but it did not. It has rained on and off for the past, 3 or 4 days. And so it looks like we are in the rainy season. And reports from around the island of flooding and houses being destroyed by big waves, and a sidewalk down in Kuta Beach crashed. Just the usuals here in Bali. And so we got a lot of stuff today, and first I'm going to talk about mental health in Bali, something that is not talked about a whole lot. As Bali faces mental health crisis and high suicide rates, hypnotherapy is considered a possible therapy tool. Did you know the hypnosis industry in Bali is experiencing rapid growth? This is evidenced by the proliferation of hypnotherapy practices and the growth of the Indonesian Hypnosis Community Association, PKHI, in Bali Province, reaching thousands of members. This momentum comes amidst a mental health emergency on the island of the gods, where suicide rates are among the highest in Indonesia. This was revealed at the Bali Provincial PKHI Regional Conference in Denpasar last Sunday. The PKHI Secretary General stated that this development was accompanied by increased public education. He emphasized that hypnosis is a scientific discipline, not mystical or occult. And I'll talk about that at the end of this segment. Hypnosis is not a mystical or occult science. It is truly scientific and can be learned, he said. He added that the hypnotherapy method carried out by practitioners licensed by the health department is now an important alternative treatment for mental health problems, while also opening up livelihood opportunities for practitioners. The elected chairman of the Bali Province PKHI, Ananda Ananda, immediately highlighted the biggest challenge facing Bali, the high suicide rates. Bali is currently facing significant challenges related to mental health. The suicide rate on the island is the highest in Indonesia, he emphasized. According to Ananda, the high suicide rate is a serious warning for all parties and makes the role of hypnotherapy very crucial as a way out to help restore people's mental health. PKHI Bali is determined to take concrete steps by collaborating with the government and the private sector to address mental health issues, especially those triggered by the trap of online loans, online gambling, and other social issues. Ananda plans to bring hypnotherapy directly to the roots of society. Later, he said, we will go into hamlets to conduct mental health checks. We're collaborating with all institutions to address the mental health issues facing the Balinese people. Bali is currently in a critical state regarding mental health, he concluded. And from the Mayo Clinic, for those of you who think that hypnotherapy is some scam, hypnosis can be an effective way to cope with stress and anxiety. In particular, it may ease stress and anxiety before a medical procedure, such as a breast biopsy. Hypnosis also may be helpful for pain control. Hypnosis may help with pain due to burns, cancer, childbirth, irritable bowel syndrome, jaw problems, dental procedures, and headaches. Hot flashes. Hypnosis may ease hot flashes caused by menopause. Behavior change. Hypnosis has been used with some success to treat sleep problems, bedwetting, smoking, and overeating. Cancer treatment side effects. Hypnosis has been used to ease side effects from chemotherapy and radiation treatment. Mental health conditions. Hypnosis may help reduce anxiety associated with fears and phobias. And so hypnotherapy is becoming an acceptable tool in the arsenal for dealing with mental health issues. And it is here now in Bali, and it'd be interesting. I make jokes about studies all the time, studies for this, studies for this. Now, this would be an interesting study to see how effective hypnotherapy is. Whether there's going to be a study like that or not, I don't know, but it would certainly be a worthwhile one. And now let's get over to the glass elevator, the controversial glass elevator project in Kelingking Beach. Kelingking Beach glass elevator project halted. PHRI, fear of investors getting angry. The Indonesian Hotel and Restaurant Association, PHRI Klungkung, is in a dilemma over the controversy surrounding the Kelingking Beach glass elevator project, which has been temporarily halted. PHRI is concerned the issue will discourage investors from investing in Klungkung. Therefore, it is urging the government to be objective. We're afraid the investors will sulk, be left alone, and will only get the trash. Daring to invest as much as 200 billion rupees is definitely not a joke. They must have taken care of the permits. It's not easy to find something that big and start building right away. But that wasn't their fault. It was a shared mistake. We also didn't control them when they laid the foundation. Why not? Why did they only shout when it was already 70% complete? Asked the chairman of PHRI Klungkung. Good question. He continued, our policy is like selling cigarettes. Cigarettes are banned, but factories are open. The central government is the same, creating an OSS, that's the online single submission to get permits, but the underlying UKL, UPL studies haven't been done yet is the problem. If that's the case, what should we do? Come on, let's fix it together, he said. He requested that the project, which is collaborating with Chinese investors, not be completely halted midway. He offered to reduce the building's height, alter the elevator's aesthetics to resemble nature, and address spatial planning violations. He believed the presence of investors is crucial for the progress of Nusa Penida and Klungkung. If it's obstructing an object, we'll just cut it in half and make a path down. If it's violating the sea, fix the violation. If the glass is too white while the landscape is green, plant plants in the elevator so it blends with the landscape. This has already happened. Do you want to fight? Do officials want to exploit this? He explained. According to Detik Bali monitoring, there was no activity near the elevator construction on this past Saturday. All that remained were excavators and abandoned sink structures along with pieces of pipe mixed with beach debris. There is no certainty regarding the continuation of the glass elevator project after it was temporarily halted on Friday, October 31st, and I talked about that in a previous video. I don't know whether this project will continue or not, said Putu Suparman, a trader at Kelingking Beach. Previously, Imade Suparta, chairman of the Bali Regional People's Representative Council, DPRD, announced that the fate of the glass elevator project at Kelingking Beach, Nusa Penida, Klungkung would be decided next week. That's this week. Suparta emphasized that the decision would be whether the project could proceed or not. Today we will study this in more detail. Then next week we'll make a decision and convey it directly to the executive. The recommendations from the special committee have officially been submitted to the chairman of the Bali DPRD and to the governor, Wayang Koster, but the contents have not been published to the public. He also acknowledged that regulatory-wise, the violations were already apparent. The regulations are already apparent, he said, and people everywhere know about the violations. However, he declined to confirm whether the recommendation would involve dismantling or permanently closing the glass elevator at Kelingking Beach. He said, I don't know, that's up to the executive branch. Meanwhile, Bali's governor said that the recommendations from the TRAP Special Committee would be studied further before a decision was made. There will be a time, he said when asked about the time to announce the decision regarding the fate of the glass lift at Kelingking Beach. The governor emphasized that the government had only acted now because regulations regarding the regulation of illegal buildings had only just been implemented. Well, that policy only came into effect now because violations are rampant now, the most numerous, he said. He also praised the performance of Bali's DPRD's TRAP Special Committee. Very good, he said. Regarding the final fate of the glass elevator at Kelingking Beach, the governor said the matter was still under review. When asked whether he had coordinated with the Klungkung regent, he said, we have spoken. When asked about concerns that investors would leave due to the crackdown, he asserted that he wasn't worried. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anyone, he asserted. The governor also stated that the decision on whether the elevator will remain closed or be dismantled is not final. Whether it's closed or not will be reviewed later. Wait a minute, he said. He also added that the final decision would be announced at the appropriate time. We'll see. Wait for the right time to surprise you a bit, he concluded. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, it doesn't mean anything. It means that the study was done, this examination was done by the special committee, and they gave it to the governor, and he's going to consider what to do about it. Are they going to tear that thing down? Are they going to modify it somewhere? Are they going to just go ahead with it? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. He's got the report in his hands, and what he's going to do with it, well, maybe we'll know by next Wednesday. And some more about infrastructure problems. The Arnawa receives numerous reports about the condition of Bingin Beach following the cleanup. Yes, another hot topic here in Bali. Bingin Beach is now the public eye. Badung Region, Iwade Adi Arnawa has received numerous reports from the public regarding the beach's unclean condition following the demolition of illegal structures. Bingin Beach, as I have received a report, has coincidentally been included in the region's contact channel, he said. He stated that he had instructed the Badung Public Works and Spatial Planning, PHRI agency, to immediately clean up the debris at the beach. He requested that the relevant agency deploy heavy equipment to clean the debris and restore the area which has become dilapidated following the demolition. Meanwhile, Arnawa also asked residents, especially those affected, to be patient as the planned redevelopment phase is underway. We realize that the current condition of the beach, which is untidy, is certainly burdensome for residents, especially tourists. In addition to focusing on cleanup, the Badung Regency Government is also preparing a master plan for the post-demolition development of the area. The plan promises to involve the local community to ensure that no party feels disadvantaged or marginalized. The acting head of the PUPR agency has conveyed several things to me. Of course, in developing the master plan, I will also involve the community. We'll invite them to sit down to get better input so that the community doesn't feel marginalized, he said. The head of the Badung Public Order Agency, Sapol PP, confirmed that further cleanup of the debris covering the beach sand would be carried out. He stated that high tides has also dragged some of the debris onto the sand and even out to sea. Therefore, Sapol PP plans to deploy heavy equipment after the budget originally allocated for manual labor was redirected to excavator rental costs. He ensured that the remaining material would be removed from the beach and placed in a location out of reach of seawater. Where are they going to put it? The regional secretary just approved the budget shift for the excavator rental for a maximum of 7 days. The heavy equipment will be used to clear remaining material. And so what is the plan? Well, that's going to be interesting, isn't it, to find out what they're going to do with this now that they've torn everything down, well, after they get it cleaned up. And as I say about most everything, we'll just have to wait and see. And here's some more on building and infrastructure. The Karangasem Regency Government is optimistic about the prospects of Amed Pier for the Gili Trawangan-Nusa Penida-Sanur Golden Triangle. Here's the calculation. The Karangasem Regency Government is seriously reviewing plans to build a new port in the Amed area. The project is not just an ordinary infrastructure, but part of the strategic concept of a golden triangle, which aims to connect three main tourism destinations, Nusa Penida, Gili Trawangan, and Sanur, in one unified connection. The deputy regent of Karangasem revealed that this plan had been submitted to the Bali Provincial Government as a strategic project to reduce travel time and to facilitate tourist access to Karangasem. The deputy regent explained that currently the land journey from South Bali, Denpasar and surrounding areas, to Karangasem takes quite a long time, between 2 to 3 hours. The situation is considered inefficient for tourist movements. The goal is to facilitate access by sea and reduce the distance for tourists who want to vacation in Karangasem. And I like Karangasem, haven't been down there for quite a while, but I've always found it pleasant. With the pier and direct sea route, access to Karangasem will be much faster and more efficient. The port in Amed will become a major connecting point for tourism across the region, spanning Karangasem, Nusa Penida, Denpasar, and West Nusa Tenggara. This will clearly significantly increase tourism visits. The Golden Triangle concept is expected to not only facilitate tourist mobility, but also significantly impact the economic growth of the Karangasem community. Amed, as a sea gateway, will boost the local service sector and MSMEs. He is optimistic that the port project, which is integrated with the Golden Triangle, will bring broad economic benefits for the advancement of Karangasem. Thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. Take care. I hope you have a great week and a great weekend, and I will see you next Wednesday.